like dancing. I'm exalted. I got my Bitcoin. They got a future. They enjoy more monetary money freedom in El Zante than almost virtually every single American does. Every single American is subject to having their wealth confiscated, as they did in the 30s with the gold. Every single American is having their wealth destroyed by inflation. Every single American is having their transactions spied on by the government. Are the people in El Zante suffering from this? No. So that has an incredibly profound impact around the world as people begin to adopt Bitcoin, and it changes their lives. Bitcoin is the first property in history that you can own fully. It's the ultimate manifestation of self-ownership and natural law. The most difficult aspect of Bitcoin to grasp is that it's completely unique. Nothing like it has ever existed. The mainstream media is unable to fully understand the magnitude of the coming paradigm shift that Bitcoin will bring. Truly decentralized, resist censorship. 40% of all the money that's been printed in America has been printed in the last 18 months. The inflation genie is truly out of the bottle. This has been going on for a long time. The money printing has been a problem for a long time. In the United States and around the world, all central banks coordinate with each other in an effort to extend and pretend. All problems are met with repackaging all the current problems, issuing new bonds with longer maturity dates at a lower coupon rate. That is interesting. And this is enabled and facilitated by the global central banks, who artificially keep rates near zero. That means that people who are savers, people who are working hard and putting money into their savings account for hope of a better future, they are not getting interest on their savings because it was stolen by the central bankers who gave that interest to their speculating banking friends. How much interest has been lost since this program of financial oppression began? About $4 trillion has been taken out of the pockets of savers, people who work hard and want to save for the future. $4 trillion robbed through keeping interest rates artificially low. And now what has happened is that structurally the system is so horrible. And to just get into the technical aspect of it, this extend and pretend policy has meant that the balance sheets of these banks and central banks around the world are now built on bonds with very long maturity dates, 20, 25, 30-year maturity dates. That makes them extraordinarily sensitive to any rise in interest rates. So COVID hits, supply chain disruptions hit, the prices start to tick up, and the only real policy choice responsible central bankers have would be to raise interest rates to defend their currency. But because they destroyed the underlying financial fundamentals of the globe so horribly by having the entire $200 trillion global bond market essentially way out of the yield curve, any 1/100th point move in rates up causes incredible damage. And that's what we're seeing now. We're seeing economies and countries experience incredible damage as the global bond market reverses a 40-year bull market, enters a secular bear market, the cost of funds goes up, and inflation is raging, and the banks can't do anything about it. In the 70s, they raised rates in the United States to 16% on the 10-year bond, but that's when the structure of the maturity, the yield curve was much different. They can't do it right now. So we're talking about inflation in an incredibly damaging way. It's irreversible. That's going to destroy people's lives, going to destroy countries. And that's why Bitcoin is at $50,000, $60,000 a coin. Because it's telegraphing us. It's telling us this is coming. if you listen to Bitcoin, you will hear it tell you hyperinflation is coming. Every fiat money in the world is in a hyperinflationary collapse against Bitcoin. And it's happening right now. No matter what the mainstream media says, no matter what mainstream economists say, the fact is, prices of stuff are going up. Prices of commodities are going up. Energy, food is going up. Whenever food costs get to over 40% of a country's GDP or the daily budget of the people in that economy, you typically have an insurrection. We saw that in Cairo, in Egypt, during the Arab Spring, because food costs got to the point where the people said, you know what, let's just overthrow the government. Same thing happened in France during the French Revolution. In the US, food costs are creeping up toward that magic 40% level. We could see a real insurrection in America, not a fake one. And it's going to be pretty dramatic. And if you don't have Bitcoin and you don't have a seed phrase protecting your Bitcoin where you can go to some mode of transportation and get out, you're going to be stuck. With Bitcoin, it's totally portable, it's unconfiscatable, it's censorship resistant. I have a seed phrase controlling my private keys. I can walk naked through the airport, arrive anywhere I want to, and I'm cool. Can't do that with gold. Can't do that with fiat money. It's literally a life and death situation at this point, given the inflation picture. If you are not stacking sats right now, you could be in a serious problem. And I see I've got about 2 minutes left. And I just wanted to, once again, kind of thank everybody in this country for having the balls, for having the courage, for being, I think Bitcoin in El Salvador is the Declaration of Independence for the 21st century. On Twitter, I say President Bukele is the new George Washington. And everyone here, you can feel it. You can feel the electricity in the air. I've been in this for 10 years, and it was such a moment of just joy and excitement when the news hit that we have the first of many countries where Bitcoin becomes legal tender. Now, I want to thank the folks at BitConf because I've been here a couple of times. This is the best conference out there. Thanks to this guy. And I'm going to throw it back to you, and you can party on. And thank you so much. Have a great conference.
A big applause.